Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, HST Divination Readings. So I am back, and I'm going to do an all signs, no BS reading. It will be a quick reading. I do apologize if you can hear any kind of fan in the background. However, I have the AC on because it's hot. So yeah, I do apologize. Hopefully it doesn't bother you or bother the video too much, but I guess we'll see how this works out. So yeah, all right. So we're going to clear the cards and the energy and the space. Clear the cards and the energy and the space. Just so you know, in the description box on the below and on my main channel page, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi account where you can purchase readings under services and you'll be able to get readings. So yeah, if you're interested, they are on 50% off. However, if you become a member, they are an additional 50% off. So there's just something to keep note of. So my readings are $75 for an hour. Yeah, pretty much. And then it goes down to like $37.50, $18.75, and 50 something, depending on the reading. I can't quite remember. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to do a quick all signs reading, Aries to Pisces. No BS messages, please. Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors. Join me in this reading for an all signs Aries to Pisces reading. Let's get some no BS messages for all signs, please. All signs Aries to Pisces, starting with the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries. So you have the Emperor in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and the Hermit in reverse, which is telling me, Aries, it is time for you to figure out how to stand in your power, because right now you're not being in your power. What I see for you, Aries, is in fact you are being a little bit not at all, actually. To be no BS about it, you are actually kind of being arrogant and manipulative in your power right now, and you're not standing in your true form. Now, please remember, this may resonate with some and it may not. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind for somebody else to claim. However, Aries, you may also not feel in your power because there's not equal give and take in a situation around you. I also see you out of reflection mode with the Hermit in reverse. Some of you I may see as an Aries with a Virgo placement, starting to realize where you should be and where you're not, and kind of trying to figure out how to get where you want to be in life. So that's kind of what I see for you, Aries. Figuring out what's going to work for you, what's not, and how to get that equal give and take energy. I also see some of you looking for a new career opportunity or working with somebody else around you to find better financial situations. Okay. So Taurus, what do we have for you? Taurus, we have the Judgment in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So Taurus, for you, I see that you need to release judgment. I see some of you being a little bit too judgmental, either on yourself or people around you, Taurus. I also see with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, needing to hold on to some finances or stability. Some of you like to overgive to people, and it's time for you to understand that sometimes you give too much to others, and that's really not beneficial for you. With that, though, I see you kind of, unfortunately, with the Seven of Swords in reverse, listening to somebody. So I feel like somebody in your surrounding, maybe a little bit of manipulation tactics on you verbally. I also see with that, somebody is trying to convince you either to stay in a situation that you don't want to be in, or trying to give you money, trying for you to give them money that you don't want to give, or into a situation of type that you do not want to be a part of. With that is showing me that you need to release judgment on yourself and understand that it is okay for you to say no. Okay. That's just something that is important that they're showing me. I see a big no sign being shown to me. So Gemini, what do we have for our Gemini friends here? Gemini, Gemini, you got some complications going on here. All right. So Gemini, you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. So Gemini, some of you need to work on some stability, and you're being a little bit codependent on others around you. So this is telling me that it is time for you to work on trying to find a way to have stability. With the 10 of Wands, I see you walking away from passion or things that just don't serve you. That's also showing me you're realizing that not everything is going to work out how you thought it would. And that's okay. With the 8 of Cups, I also see you walking away from emotional blockages, really, is what I'm seeing for you, or the need to. Once you start really finding your independence, for those of you this resonates, and walking away from passions or people or whatever that resonates with you that doesn't work for you, you're kind of going to leave that emotional bias to you behind, which means connections that were with either toxic energies or people or financial situations. I see you disconnecting emotionally to them and understanding that those connections cause emotional grievances for you. Okay. Next we have is Cancer. So what is the no BS message for them? Oh my. Cancer. Cancer. What is the no BS message for our Cancer friends, please? Can we get the no BS message for the Cancers? No BS message for the Cancers. Cancers, I see a house type of situation for you. I see that you have the need. The cards kind of went up like a house. So that's showing me that there's conflict at house and home for some of you. With the 3 of Swords in reverse, I see you no longer letting outside forces kind of like cause issues, or this is a need to. I know this can be a card of third party. However, in reverse, I see this more as you're not allowing third party situations to either affect you, and that doesn't necessarily mean love. It could easily be something like work. I'm seeing some of you like excuse me, sorry. I see some of you leaving like work issues at work and not bringing them home. I see some of you just not letting people around you kind of cause grievances to you. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you. And then I see with the 3 of Pentacles, you really building on your foundations and what will work for you. With that whole 3 of Swords in reverse, walking into the 3 of Pentacles, I also see you having no more self, what's the word? No more self resistance, kind of like mental blockages, realizing that you are the one causing your own conflict, therefore having that mental blockage gone and really building on what it is you want. With the Ace of Wands, I see a new passionate adventure on the way. It is definitely for some of you creative energy I'm getting. Some of you know that there's a project that you have been not doing, and it's something that you need to start doing if you want to see more of this foundation have success. Okay. So what is next? We have the Leos. Woo, Leos. Okay, what is for Leos, please? Leos. What is for the Leos? No BS messages for the Leos. Leos, you have the Judgment in reverse. You have the 6 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, Leos, this is telling me that it is time for you to release judgment on those around you or release judgment for yourself. With the 6 of Swords, I see you knowing that you need to move in a direction and making the effort to move in a new direction. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I see that there is no new foundation, however, or something did not work out that you thought was going to. So now you need to find a new direction into a new sort of foundation, if that makes sense for you. This also could be a loss of financials or a loss of job for some reason. I'm seeing for some of you, it is a loss of job. And that is telling me that it is time for you to seek new directions on what you think would actually work for you. Some of you, for some reason, they're showing me a university or school or some type. That is telling me that some of you are going to go back to school after being loss of job. Considering the times that we're in, if you have lost a job, it's probably not a bad idea to go back to school. Because normally in a recession, that's the best place to be, because unfortunately, with the world and everything going on, sometimes you got to change directions, and that's okay. So you may be a little bit unsure where you are, but I see some of you finding a solution on where you want to be and figuring it out from there. Okay, Virgos. Excuse me, sorry. Okay. Virgos, you have the Two of Cups, okay? The Knight of Wands and the Hermit in reverse. So, Virgos, some of your no BS message here is, I see a lovely connection for some of you with that Two of Cups. However, I also see the needing to have independence within your relationship. This doesn't have to be love related, but it very well is showing up to me as love. I'm seeing a heart. They're showing me a heart. However, I see some of you needing to find your independence and interdependence instead of being codependent. And with that Hermit in reverse, I see some of you realizing that you may have been too much in the reliant on each other instead of being able to be reliant on yourself and support each other in this relationship, okay? If that doesn't resonate with you, that might be a business call saying that you need to be a little bit more independent and not dependent on others. And some of you need to learn how to delegate tasks to others if you are a business owner. As well as some of you for school, because they're showing me a school, need to learn that it is okay to ask for help when you need it, but also learn to be resourceful, because not everybody has good intentions for you, unfortunately. So we have Libra friends. What's for the Libras here? Libras, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and you have the Eight of Wands. So what this is telling me for Libras, you aren't really feeling too independent. You are feeling a little bit reliant on people. You have quick moving communication in your way, and some of you are tired of this player-like energy. Now, this is very interesting because some of you, I see you in like multiple relationship standards, or like, how do I put this? Sugar baby, sugar daddy scenarios. And that is telling me that some of you may feel a little bit drained on playing the field because you may have more than one. And you're trying to find someone that at least is able to do everything that you request of. And that is, you can build a solid foundation of some kind of relationship, or whether this just pay to play. Obviously, your situation is still pay to play, but I'm seeing some of you are kind of tired of playing the field of pay to play, if that makes sense. Some of you, this won't resonate with. Some of you, I'm seeing it as a more of a feeling a little bit of loneliness, feeling a lack of independence, but it's weird. Some of you are in a relationship, but you still feel lonely in the relationship, and a little bit of communication might help you see a little bit of the truth of the situation. Some of you may not actually be in a relationship that you may think that you are. So that is something for some of you, and that's kind of what they're showing me. All right, next we have Scorpios. So what is the message for our Scorpio friends? So Scorpio, You have the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups, and you have the Ace of Wands. So Scorpio, what I'm seeing for you is a lack of love in a situation, reminiscing on the good times, and kind of finding that passionate spark. So some of you have left a love relationship, reminiscing on the past, and kind of just playing the field is what I see for some of you. Your bull S message, though, I'm getting is don't play with fire because you might get burned. I don't know why, but that's what they're telling me. So some of you may play the field a little bit too much and end up ruining some connection with somebody that may actually work out for you. Okay. Sagittarius, what is your message? What is the message? Ooh. Sagittarius, I feel like this time is a very conflicting energy for you. I see that some of you are a little bit of unsure where you stand with somebody or where you stand alone. Okay, so let's see what we have for the Sagittarius. Some of you are a little bit in your head. Some of you have a Gemini moon sign or Libra or Aquarius, but I see Gemini. They're showing me the Gemini symbol, and that is causing some kind of mental turmoil on your emotions. If you have a Gemini moon Sagittarius, that just means that you are a mental thinker before your emotions. Therefore, that's probably why you're feeling a little bit scorned on a situation here. So the Four of Pentacles is telling me that you're holding back. The Page of Wands is telling me that you are independent and fancy free is what I'm hearing. And the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that you're not quite where you wanted to be in a stability situation. Some of you, it is a house. Some of you, it is finances. Some of you, a proposal of a relationship fell through. Okay, so this is telling me that hold on to your money because it seems like you're in for a wild ride. Stick to your independence because only you are going to be the one to hold yourself strong. And that relationship or stable information or business or even house, because now they're showing me a house for some of you who are trying to buy a house, fell through for a reason, and to be grateful because especially in this situation, there was going to be regret down the road about something. Okay. So next we have Capricorn. What is for the Capricorns today? What is it for the Capricorns? What is it for the Capricorn friends? All right, Capricorns, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. So Capricorns, you have a need to start over, okay? I see some of you starting fresh and clear on whether it's a new job, whether it's a living situation, or just the stability of a relationship. Or some of you, for some reason, they're showing me wedding bands and just got married. What this is telling me here with that Seven of Cups in reverse is needing to release a few emotions on what doesn't work for you and understanding that in order for you to hit this Queen of Pentacles energy, to feel at your most highest good with everything, really, whether it's a marriage, whether it's finances, whether it's education, whether it's just a place to live. There's a little bit of emotional attachment to some things in the past that may be blocking you to hit this kind of energy. I also see you very caring and wanting to help others. However, this is also a warning that sometimes other people's emotions and you trying to help them, it could cause conflict to what it is that you want to see work for you. Aquarius, we have the, no, okay. Yeah, they said shuffle some more. So we're going to shuffle some more for you, Aquarius. Aquarius, let's shuffle some more for the Aquarius people, please. Shuffle some more for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you have the Star card, the Capricorn, the Devil in reverse, and the Magician. So Aquarius, you have all high arcana here. So you have your own car. This is telling me that you're standing in your power very strong here. Some of you with the devil in reverse are no longer dealing with a Capricorn, and you are manifesting new ways for you to move forward with the magician. However, some of you are also walking away from addictions, people, place, things, whatever. You get the just that no longer serve you. Some of you are no longer spending and going on a low buy so you can afford stuff that you want in the future, like a wedding, like a house, like some kind of education, or maybe a trip. So some of you, I see you are understanding that it is time for you to grow the fuck up and understand that you are responsible for your own well-being, and whatever is the issue, you no longer want to be an issue because you see a greater purpose on the other side, whatever that may mean to you. Finally, we have our Pisces friends. And what is here for our Pisces friends? What is for the Pisces, please? Pisces, I see a little bit of conflicting energy. I see some rocks in a river, but I still see an easy flow for you, okay? So Pisces, I see the Three of Swords. I see outside forces is causing conflict, or you are having mental conflict because of outside forces. I see scorpionic energy with the Tower. This is telling me that you know something is about to collapse. However, you have a little bit of reluctancy with the Death and Rebirth card in reverse. So you do understand that the Tower has to fall to have a rebirth. And I see some of you may be a little bit in a conflicting energy between these cards with this. So this is telling me that some of you need to pull your head out of your ass and figure it the fuck out, because you have to move forward after the Tower falls. Some of you also may not be able to see the light in the dark of the situation, and some of you may eventually see it. Some of you are here, some of you are here, and some of you are working on here to flip this card around. I heard some of you are in the state of fuck around and find out, and I'm here to tell you, be careful and don't do anything stupid. Just so you know. Some of you are also dealing with a Scorpio in this situation, and a relationship has crashed because of a Scorpio, or the Scorpio in the relationship or situation, and you do not see change with them. Therefore, you are no longer willing to go forward with them or back to them. Some of you were in a third party situation relating to some kind of Scorpionic energy, and you are not moving forward. And finally, some of you are the reason a Scorpio does not want to move forward with you. I do see Scorpionic energy. Another one is you are causing your own issues. You need to allow the Tower to fall, and you need to get out of the Scorpionic energy in you that's holding you back, because yes, some of you Pisces have a Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or Venus, and it is causing you some conflict. So that's all I really got for you, Pisces. Finally, I just want an overall, what's the no BS call from the universe to the collective for everybody? What is the final message that you want to say to the collective in your no BS message? I heard, I don't want to say that. Oh, why do you guys do that shit to me? Okay, I heard, hey, go fuck yourself. It's the final message I heard. And I feel like that is some of you telling other people. And I feel like that is some of you telling yourself, because some of you realize that you're kind of being ignorant or in the situation. So I do apologize. Okay, the final collective message is the Nine of Swords. So that is telling me that, sorry. Um, there are people that you may feel like are out to get you, and it is time for you to understand that you are protected. And really, they have no real say in your life, anyways. I mean, for example, if some of you are like a story time or a blogger or writing a book or something, and it may relate to an experience, and somebody shows up out of the woodwork, out of the woods, out of the forest, whatever, out of the wood machine of psychos, it's okay, because if they really want to expose themselves as that person, just let them be, let them let God kind of situation. Because really, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it, and really, if they do that, it's their own downfall. Okay, with the Queen of Swords in reverse, I see you understanding that people are always going to cause lies and manipulation. There's always going to be some kind of manipulation. However, there will be people that may say that you're a liar and that you're manipulating the situation. And it is time for you just to understand that people will talk. You can't control others around you, and therefore you shouldn't try. Because really, at the end of the day, they're the ones who have to sit with that, and your truth is your truth and understanding. However, you still have the right to stand up for yourself in situations. So at the end of the day, people may talk, but remember who you are. And yes, you may have to defend your honor or somebody else's, but just remember that you are still protected. And really, at the end of the day, people equal shit. I'm sorry. It's a very big Slipknot quote there, but that's kind of what they're showing me. I just saw a big like people equal shit sign. So finally, with the Page of Cups as the general consensus, it is time for you to love yourself more, is what they're showing me. And with this kind of split, I see some of you very split up on your self love. Now, there is a difference between self love, all right, and narcissism, okay, and those kind of tendencies. So, this is a warning that there is a difference, and that some of you may believe it is self love. However, some of you may be acting selfish. So, to really pay attention to those kind of lines that you were pushing, all right? One more card here, and that is telling me the Wheel in reverse. So, no matter what, even when time feels like it's stopped, it is always moving forward, and that it is all right, however, to take a moment to pause and reflect on everything that's going on in your life or that you're dealing with, to really take a moment to step back and soak it in, to understand other perspectives but your own as well, and kind of see the truth of the matter in between all this. All right. So I really do hope this resonates with some of you. If not, I apologize. There'll always be another reading. And if you'd like, please check me out at ko-fi.com/ghostheartbrentarot. And that's where you can purchase readings from me and workshops and all sorts of stuff in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Goodbye. Do, 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 do.